Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Vic's channel. Now, this is to show you just how muddy and icky it is in my property over the last couple of months. It just keeps seeping and seeping and seeping. I did have a shed here, but it was sinking into the mud. This is marble and granite, probably composite, ground up and then glued back together type stuff. I'm not sure. They're old countertops. Got them for nothing. And there was 2 inches of sand underneath all this, but the mud has just washed it all away. All the water's just washed it away, and the mud has boiled up around it. So, with the help of my son, who is really crook at the moment, and physics, because we needed physics, we managed to move that shed and all its contents from there through the garden patch back over to here. And to aid with the mud, we've got ourselves some pallets to raise us above the ick. And I've just screwed the base wood that I had the shed screwed to, because we didn't bother pulling it apart or anything. We used this dolly, a bit of physics, a lot of pain, and I just screwed it all back down to the pallets. So there's some 100mm screws there screwing the wood onto the pallets, and there's Tech screws, probably about 4 up there, another 5 or 6 up the back there, another 4 down there, and 2 there and 2 there, holding the shed itself to the wood. So we've turned what is probably 40 kilograms worth of material into about 150 to 200 kilos worth of material to help stop it from blowing away. I have to reorientate that because that was level at one stage, but now with the camber of the hill it's no longer level. But life's tough in a big city. So I would have taken video of while we were doing it, but that would have required a third person. And everybody we lined up to help us move it today, had issues come up, or but the people that we asked to get in touch with them never bothered to get in touch with them. So life's tough in a big city. Just get on with it. And again, second-hand shed cost me $150. It's in good nick. And one of my friends up there, I don't know if you can see it or not. I know there he is. Or she. That's a black house spider. Australian native, absolutely beautiful girls. And no, I'm not going to get rid of her. And because here's the thing about Australians, black house spiders aren't a problem. My biggest lament is there was a young lady that was just starting to build a nest up here. There we go. But she did not like the moving of the shed. She's buggered off, sadly. But still early enough in the year that she can start again. So, poor girl, sorry about that. Well, I know this isn't Floridian hurricane rain. This is what my backyard looks like most days of the week lately. I've had that wood stacked there for well over a week, waiting to be chopped up and turned into another garden bed that's going to go there. That brown down there is water, and over there is more water. I mean, that's it. It's been so wet lately, can't even put up a pool. Mind you, I don't need to. So, and there are tiles going to my shed. Granite and marble tiles going to my shed because the path is underwater. Anyway, look, I need my seedling raising bed. Just a joke. It is just a friggin' joke. My poor passion fruit vine over there, not doing so well. Should never be that yellow. Again, just another before shot. Behave, you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, get out of the way, dog. Always when I start to film, always. That is what they call a callistemon or a bottle brush. Now it's very, very pretty, so I thought I'd just take a quick shot of it. It's only just starting to flower now. And I'll show you a picture of my callistemon at home, which is about a third of the way through flowering, and it's gone absolutely ballistic. I've never seen this colour callistemon or bottle brush before. I think it's very, very pretty. Okay, now just a quick update on what's happened in the last month. I've decided to go to 2 weekly videos because it's a garden, and although it's faster than cricket, it's still gardening. So as you can see, I put in a net for my beans and my peas. They're getting hammered by insects, bugs, slugs, things, but they're just starting to flower, so that should be alright. That poor little thing there. Oh, hey, where'd he go? Where'd he go? No, he's hidden himself. Little wolf spider. Alright, now I've filled in all this along here because the rocks down there were pretty full on. As I said, dog used to live here, used to be an escapologist. My shed has been moved and is now high enough off the ground so it won't flood and rust all my stuff. These potatoes are doing quite well, and there's a cucumber there. Again, more potatoes and more cucumbers. The top dressing you can see there is horse manure, cow manure and chicken manure, all of which have been well rotted. This is my new bed, which I'm having to make up with just ordinary soil, and I'll throw a few things extra in there because I've run out of ordinary soil. I've got some more compost that I'm going to throw in, and I might go and buy a couple of cheap bags from Bunnings. This is my other new bed, which does have enough in it, but I haven't got any plants in it as yet. Working on that. The potatoes. This is the main potato crop, and they're coming on quite nice. And we have our tomatoes, and a mega tomato, which is an heirloom thing. I can't remember the type it is, but it's fist-sized tomato. So I'll be full of, the garden bed will be full of him next year. And these are my capsicums, which are also being hammered by slugs and snails. Again, top dressed. And I moved my seedling raising bed because that's west, east, and to get more sunlight, to get some more productivity out of them. The endive over the back there are going into that small bed over there. They're pumpkin. They're going in up there. So that's those. And my mister's just hammering away there quite nicely. Because this bit of glass is too heavy to pull off and on to water, so the mister does a good job. Poor passion fruit vine is still suffering. We've had 4 days in a row without rain. So it's the longest period I think we've had without rain since, who knows. But as you can see, it's still soft as. And we're getting rain tonight, getting another 5 mil tonight. Got to fix that tap. And here's a question: when does stockpiling become hoarding? Most of that's not really good for what I need. There's some stuff in there that I will use, some of it will be thrown out. Yes, Vinny, after you. Wouldn't be one of my videos without a dog. My strawberries were getting really badly hammered by rot. I've got to go in there and clean off all the stuff off the plastic. So I put the plastic down so the strawberries don't rot on the ground. I only just put the stuff down, so it's at the moment all over the place. But I'll knock that off after I finish this video. My bush tomatoes have not stuck their heads up yet, nor is the water grapevine. This is going to seed, bolting all over the place. My midgeon berries are yet to stick their heads up, but Royal greens, or a native spinach of sorts, they're just sticking their heads up now. And this is where I've been free sowing my basil. And as you can see, it's not doing too well. I keep putting down snow pellets and slug pellets. I keep catching the little buggers, but they keep munging on the basil on the way through. But it hasn't been really warm enough either, so it's a bit of a hassle. So we even went out and bought some more basil in a punnet, which was a waste of effort really. And there's 2 or 3 punnets over there, because it just wasn't growing, and nothing's growing because it's been too cold for things to grow. I mean, the broccoli is stalled. Carrots are kicking off. More broccoli. It's just starting to kick off, this one. I put beans in here because the onions, the spring onions I put in, just didn't bother. You might get 1 or 2, but and these are sunflowers. I'm going to plant those out around the edge of my garden and my pool when I get the pool installed, to help attract flowers to the area. The only thing that's really kicking off is my rosemary, which is really, really nice. Alright, that's about it. As I said before, I'm removing that tree. I've got about another 2 weeks before, because I'm taking it down to fit in the green bin in bits. So, and then the dude next door is going to lend me his chainsaw. This is my bottle brush. 2 weeks ago it had 2 flowers on it. It's got about 20% of its total flower coverage at the moment. It is just freaking awesome. When it goes off, probably in the next couple of weeks, you won't be able to see much green. It'll all just be red. So that's a bottle brush. And I'm going to show you my neighbour's grevillea. The big yellow flowering thing, that's not as big a grevillea as I've ever seen, but it's getting there. I think about 10 years ago it was about half that size. I've seen a photo of it about 10 years ago from Google Earth of all things. And because they just flower and flower and flower. Seems to be coming to a bit of an end, but I reckon in a month or so time it'll flower off again, because I can see some new heads coming up. So, you know. And this thing over here, this that thing, that's another Australian native. It's great for attracting native bees, native flies and pollinators and things. It's a long flowering thing. It has small flowers. That's pretty much at the end of its current flowering stage. It will kick off again in a couple more months, and will go for a long time. But it has some beautiful colours through it when it's flowering. It has a lovely whitish yellow, or yellowish white, with that dark green and the red tinge all through it. So, beautiful little plant. Anyway, this is about it for tonight. I'm going to put this up. We're expecting 1/2 mil of rain tonight. 5 mil of rain tonight. So, joy to be me. Alright guys, have a good time. Enjoy your lives. Bye.